stepping in on the spot. I don't chase, I don't stop, I just win with dots. Oh, I win with dots. Fast move, heartbeat on the tick. Tiny little signals got me in quick. In, out, I'm gliding through the day. One small glow and I'm on my way. Win with dots. Watch them line in a chain. Tap that trend. Ride the rush like a train. Spin that screen. I'm stepping in on the spot. I don't chase, I don't stop, I just win with dots. Keep it hot, keep it hot. Up, down, I'm feeling that sway. Dot to dot, I'm drawing my day. Green for the go, red says not. I move my feet to the beat of the dots. Win with dots. Watch them line in a chain, tap that trend. Ride the rush like a train, spin that screen. I'm stepping in on the spot. I don't chase, I don't stop, I just win with dots. I just win with dots. Big flash, screen pops. Yeah, yeah, we win with dots. Shots up, coffee in my hand. Little green lights, tell me where to stand. Red, green, dancing in a row. When they line up, that's my cue to go. Win with dots. Watch them line in a chain. Tap that trend. Ride the rush like a train. Spin that screen. I'm stepping in on the spot. I don't chase, I don't stop, I just win with dots. Oh, I win with dots. Fast move, heartbeat on the tick. Tiny little signals got me in quick. In, out, I'm gliding through the day. One small glow and I'm on my way. Win with dots. Watch them line in a chain. Tap that trend. Ride the rush like a train. Spin that screen. I'm stepping in on the spot. I don't chase, I don't stop, I just win with dots. Keep it hot, keep it hot. Up, down, I'm feeling that sway. Dot to dot, I'm drawing my day. Green for the go, red says not. I move my feet to the beat of the dots. Win with dots. Watch them line in a chain, tap that trend. Ride the rush like a train, spin that screen. I'm stepping in on the spot. I don't chase, I don't stop, I just win with dots. I just win with dots.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? How's everything? Oh, we got trades. We got trades. Let's take trades. Control S. We got trades. Let's see if we can make some trades. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day. What's going on? I have something. Oh, damn it. I really wanted to share this with you today, guys. I have something very, very cool. I'm just going to demo this for you guys. And tomorrow I'm going to release it. I'm going to show you something very, very cool. Hang tight a sec. Let me trading Christmas trees all day long. Trading Christmas trees all year long. It's Christmas in America all year long with a dots indicator, right? It's a very, very patriotic indicator. Yeah. All right. We're short. I'm sure it's very choppy, guys. I am totally not surprised if this one isn't going to work. It's just been brutal the last couple of hours to get some continuity. You see, look at this. It's just zero continuity. We have the signal, but zero continuity. Anyways, good morning, good morning, good morning. Andrew says that if you, let me put everybody's comments on here. Andrew says that if you add MACD and trade with signal lines, it filters out bad trades. Really? Really? Send me a screenshot of what you do. MACD would be just sort of another, oscillator momentum indicator to work. We can actually do this right now. Hang tight a sec, guys. Okay, just one sec. I got to move stuff around. By the way, I'm doing something a little different. You're seeing my whole screen now. Okay, it's about to kick off USA Iran. You say, "Is this Martin? Is that like a World Cup match, USA Iran? You know, 1,000,000-1. Is that the? Is that going to be the score? Oh, we got done. Miracle of miracles. We got done. Look at that. Okay, so here's the thing that I wanted to first of all tell you. See how I have the accounts on the right-hand side? This makes it a lot easier for everybody to follow what I'm doing. I know that the screen is a little bit more scrunched up. You may not be able to see the trades, but you can actually see the trades in the accounts. And I think that's a much better experience for everybody instead of me like going, "Oh, I'm gonna flip accounts." You have no idea what I'm doing because I'm doing it all in the background. This way, my whole screen is in front of you. You also see how I'm trading, what I'm placing, where the trades are. Tell me give me +1s if you like it, +2s if you think that's stupid and you want to go back to just charts. All right, give me some responses because I can do either, but I really find it so much easier for everybody to follow this. Carlos 1, Miguel +1. Give me some responses. Peter likes it, Wally likes it, Martin likes it, Stefan likes it. Plus, Stefan doesn't like it. Stefan, don't be so German. Just kidding. Most accurate likes it. All right, very good. Very good. All right, so we'll do that. Back to hey, let's play around with MACD. Let's see if I can. I think I actually have MACD on my updated. Oh, look at that. Okay, updated. So, okay, here we go. Here's the MACD, right? All right, let's see if this. I don't see any benefit. It's basically confirming. Like, in other words, it's not, this is a bad trade. It didn't take, it didn't, I guess maybe here you're right? I guess you're right. It's not a bad idea, Andrew. Okay, so let's see what Andrew is talking about. Okay, here's a sell signal, but MACD is actually positive. It's not confirming the thing. In this case, here's a buy signal. MACD is positive. still a shitty signal. Here's a sell signal, MACD is negative. That actually plays out. Here's a sell signal, MACD is negative. That plays out. Here's a buy signal. MACD is positive. And that dies. Here's a sell signal. It's marginal here. You see how a lot of today was just brutal. A lot of the simple scalp signals were just not working. And an interesting workaround that I used, it wasn't perfect by any means, stretch imagination, but it's actually not a bad workaround. And this is in obviously a very low vol kind of a choppy environment. So here's what I did. You guys want to know what I did today? I think you'll find that interesting. It's not like it saved me some stop losses. I have to still recover, but it definitely saved me a lot of unnecessary. It gave me a little bit better entries. Let me know what you guys give me a question mark if you want to know what I did today. Come on, I want to see some question marks, guys. All right. So what I did was here's the VWAP, here's the 200, here's the 100, here's the 200. We're negative trend, right? So in negative trend, I felt confident taking the Christmas tree label. I didn't need the confirm. And if you take the Christmas tree label, you like, for example, this trade didn't quite work. This trade did work. This trade worked. This trade worked. This trade sold the bottom. Like the confirm, basically what was happening is the confirm was selling the bottom. So when you're doing trend, you can take the sell label. When you're doing counter trend, you absolutely need to have the confirm label, right? So for example, like now we have the sell label over here, which I think may have already TP'd, so I'm not going to trade it. What was it? We closed 37. The low over here was 31. Yeah, this already TP'd. So this trade is done. But it's not a bad approach. Not a bad approach to trading. Kind of what I would say is pre-New York market, where there's very little continuity, right? And you just try to squeeze whatever juice there is out of the fruit. So you want to, the first possible chance you can squeeze the fruit, you try it. So I adjusted by kind of, selling the sells and then waiting for the simple scalp confirms on the buys. And that worked better because the thing about this is that a lot of the buys were just really, really fake. You can't do all the buys, but the simple confirms were actually, the whole idea is when you go in counter trend, you absolutely want the flow, right? You want the flow to be in your direction. When you're with trend, you can coast a little bit on the initial push. I'm going to take the MACD off, guys, just so that we don't have too much stuff on the charts. I really want to keep the charts clean. Does that make sense to everybody? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I did, why I did it, so on and so forth. If it makes sense to you. I'm not sure. I want to apply that technique in the New York market, but I don't think it really would hurt you. Your variance isn't going to, in other words, I think in trend, directionally, Christmas tree should work pretty well, but we'll see. But definitely in pre-New York market where the markets were very, very choppy, taking the sell label was okay. All right, another thing that I did, we'll talk about that. It's interesting, is I did a little bit of trade copy. I signed up for the cheapest trade copy, this one. It's only like about $10 a month, and I put 2 accounts on trade copy for a little bit. And I want to tell you something. I took them off, and I'll tell you why I took them off. It's up to you, but I kind of want to sort of discuss with you the real the real essence. But I think I really should be taking this trade. Sorry, I'm late. This should have been a trade. This is a very, very clean, we really hit nice angle, really good short. This definitely would have worked. All right, we're gonna leave that one alone, but just mark that for the books that I should have taken that trade. So here's what I want to show you that's kind of interesting, right? I'm gonna go full screen on this. So I was copying the 43 account to the 45 account, right? So let's take a look at just the reporting. Here's my reports for today, right? No, oh, here we go, yeah. And you see how they're pretty clean, like, it's 50, 20, 20, 20. Like basically I'm trading 2 for plus 5 for 5 points. That's 20 points. It's just literally on target, right? So this is the master account. But here's what I wanted to show you and why I instantly turned it off. So let's go to 45, which I was copying. And let's look at the, not the last trade, because okay, this is actually a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Let me show you why I turned it off. Okay, so 20 that's my perfect fill, right? I was short for 5 points, 2 contracts, because we're trading $20, 60, 5 points, 10 points in pre-market, and I want to do sort of equal weight, because in New York market we're trading for 10 points, 20 points. Excuse me, 10 points, 30 points. 10 points, 30 points translates to basically $20, $60 per trade, and I'm just trying to keep the trades equal value. So in pre-New York, I trade 2 contracts. In New York trade, I trade 1 contract, right? But here's the interesting point. You see that this was the copy result. It should have been. It was actually just 1 because it was on a fixed lot. It should have been a 10, but it came in as a 7 because it was slippage on the copy. And that's not a bug. That's a feature. You're going to get lots and lots of slippage on the copy. So yeah, you could take 1 trade across 10 accounts, but your execution is going to suck. That's still maybe okay if you just want to leverage your positions and everything else. But for me, I realized that's not the best way for me to trade. I want I'm trading for small scalps anyways. I want the full granular control of my results, because imagine 3 or 4 or 5 of these, you're actually, generating 14 instead of 20s. You're losing, you're losing a trade every 3 or 4 executions. You're losing a win every 3 or 4 executions through trade copier. That's a very, very steep tax that most people don't appreciate. So I turned it off. I know I'm like, now that's off of this one. What we're going to do is we're going to test wealth charts, which is native, and that's going to be much more interesting. And we'll see. That's a cool dip. I'm actually we're going to probably next week configure wealth charts, and I will show you exactly, if it works or not. Yeah, so absolutely. But for now, like any of these third-party trade copiers, I think are problematic. By the way, let me just see. Let's see. I was so confident. Let's see if my confidence was 33. What was the low here? 28. Yeah, barely. Jesus. All right. Yeah, it's very. You see, there's just very little continuity in the market today. All right. So then the last thing I want to show you, and I'm going to share this with you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, 8 o'clock in the morning, we are trading GDP hardcore. We're going to go like 8 to maybe 11. 8, big events. We're going to straddle the news. My friend Austin, Mr. VWAP, is going to be with us after post GDP trade to explain the whole VWAP trade. I'm going to we've integrated VWAP in here just kind of for our purposes, but I'm going to try to show you a couple of interesting strategies that we can do with VWAP on this, especially maybe even on longer term charts. I'm going to post a post on Twitter, and I will be emailing everybody on the time. Okay, but just remember 8 o'clock tomorrow. Just letting everybody know. Big event, GDP. We're going to trade it with Apex. Going to buy a bunch of Apex accounts because Apex is 90% off. Don't forget, get a whole bunch of them. If you have not funded 20 accounts, get as many as you can, because you're going to be able to fund, hopefully, 3, 4, 5 over the next month with me on straddle trading. And that's the other cool thing about this, by the way, is that because I'm going to stream the full screen, you're going to be able to see. Oh, here we go. You're going to be able to see the straddle trades live with me, going on in the sequence. So that'll be good. But anyways, here's I'm going to show you the preview. Hang a sec. Let me just find this. You know what? I think I'm going to have to hang a sec. Let me try. I'm going to go to my server. Yeah, here we go. All right. I did something really fun. Yeah, 14 minutes to the open, so we're not going to do any trades. This is a great time to show this. So this is a point I'm going to try to drum in as much as possible, which is that losers trade money. Professionals trade points. What I mean by that is stop focusing on your P&L on a daily basis. Your job, if you want to be good at day trading, if you want to consistently win and then eventually get paid out, is to actually collect points, to be positive points. Because even if you win 1 point, the amount of money you can make is completely dependent on the size you trade, right? But if you're down 200 points, it's very unlikely you're going to be net positive. The only way you're going to be net positive if you're down, let's say, 200 points of NQ, is if you took one huge trade, made it all back on one lucky, reversal, and then very much on the next trade blew up your whole account, which is the history of 99% of you. I guarantee it. So it's kind of difficult to calculate all this, right? And I created what I think is a really, really simple, cool tool to help you do this. So I want to show you this. It's called the NQ Points Calculator, and I'll do one when gold comes back. We'll do one for gold, and I may just simply do one where it's just like a drop down menu, and you can choose which product you want to do it. But this is exclusive for Tradeovate, and I'm going to make one for MetaTrader 5 as well, which is going to be very, very cool. But let's start with Tradeovate futures, because that's what all of us trade, and I thought it'd be kind of very, very useful. And our friends from Apex are kind of sponsoring this for me. They're I'm basically if you like this idea, go buy some Apex accounts, because they're, first of all, the cheapest in the world, and also the ones that we trade the most, right? So here's how it works. First of all, okay, sorry. Let me. This is not the latest version. Sorry. This is a perfectly functioning version. But what I was going to say is this version, the version I'm going to show you, is going to explain to you in plain English that I don't see any of your trading data. Everything that you're going to be doing in this particular tab is strictly on your computer. That's the beauty of this whole thing. I never see your data. I don't know what your trades are. The moment you close this tab, all of this information disappears. But the functionality is very simple. All you got to do is click over here, right? And I already downloaded all my performances yesterday, right? Basically all you do is you're going to go. What you're going to do is you're going to go into Tradeovate, right? You're going to go into reports. Here's a step. You go into reports, choose any one of your accounts. Say today, hit download CSV. It's all going to drop into your downloads folder. Just go one account by one account by one account. Download all your CSVs, right? And you can do this for the week. You can do it for a month. You can do whatever you want. It's completely not dependent on the size. But you choose all of these. You say open, right? And now all of them have been uploaded super fast, right? Super fast, right? And now all you do is hit analyze all files, and look what it does. Look how fast it is. It tells you how many accounts, files uploaded. This is you have 10 accounts. I did 31 trades, and I had 65 and a quarter NQ points in here. Here's my total P&L, right? But then it also does a couple of really cool things. Every single account that you uploaded, it lets you see what trades you did. So it's really, really clean and clear, right? I mean, it's so much uglier in here, like in the reporting here. But here you can just see all your trades, and it's all really, really visible. You can do this by the day, by the month, by this. And then, when you're done with it, you can just close it out, and no worse for the wear. You're done. So I thought this was kind of really cool. What do you guys think? You guys like that? Give me some thumbs up if you think this is a good idea. And as I said, we're going to make it so that it's not just NQ. You can use any of the products that are futures traded. And by the way, this is going to be so this is Tradevate Universal, right? So if you're trading Tradevate on Tradeify, if you're trading Tradevate on Take Profit Trader, if you're doing it at other firms, right, which many of you do, it's all going to be, it's all there. It's all really, really clean. Now, can I do this for wealth charts? I don't know. You can do it in the wealth charts built in under the trades. Yes, you can. You can do this in wealth charts. But I think Trade C rhythm chart. I don't know what that is. Can you put the link in here? Raving on Instagram about Trade C rhythmic chart. Oh, rhythmic. Is that rhythmic? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I don't trade rhythmic. I mean, some people trade rhythmic platform, but I know this life is just too short to get into. Tradevate is perfectly fine for 99% of the people. You don't need to get triple level 3 DOMs in front of you. Most people will find zero value out of that. Anyways, I thought that was a really, really cool tool because it instantaneously tells you, did you really have a good day, or did you just try to bully the market into giving you profits with larger size, right? Which frankly has been the case with me today because I really definitely pushed the market around a little bit with too big a size. But this is, I think, a super clean, very, very useful, and totally easy to use tool. And whatever functionality you guys want, we can always add more functionality. Do I want to download? Do I want a PDF report of this? We could absolutely create a button that says, "Yeah, let me download a PDF report of this," and it will do that. We can do lots of different things, but for the time being, I thought just the whole idea of like, hey, give me a daily count of my points, which is the best way to keep track of your true performance. Really, really useful. So I will post that tomorrow, and you guys can go crazy with it. And then then we can make it a little bit better. I'm going to post it tomorrow, Carlos. It's not ready yet. I just need I have to. This is on my personal server. We're going to put it on the BK server tonight, and then I'll give everybody the link. Okay, there'll be like a little link, and you can go get it. I probably will have it, by the way, for coaching today. Anybody, guys, coaching is today. If you're interested in coaching, please come join us. Here's the link. Good morning, everybody. So what time is it? We are 5 minutes to the 5 minutes to the open. I actually think, what I'm going to do? I like this whole thing, kind of like naturally discovered this. What we do is we open trade 9 o'clock, and then 9:15, we're not supposed to trade anyways. So why look at the charts? Let's discuss tools. Let's discuss what's in the library, what's available for everybody. I'll take that 15 minutes, discuss setups, like where's the dots. Here's the dots. What do you call it? Trade book, right over here, playbook. Right in the thing. Let's just do all the kind of basic stuff that everybody always wants to know. We'll make that 9:15, 9:30. I think that'll be a good idea for us. I'm trying to organize the show, basically. So what I'm trying to tell you is I'm trying to organize the show, since the show has just basically been me. Oh, let me try this. Let's do this. All that stuff. And instead, we'll take that 15 minutes to kind of talk about, and we can even talk about macro if you want to, but just take a space. The other thing I wanted to show you, this is by far the single most important thing I can share with you. Like, zero doubt in my mind that this is, if there's the only thing you do in trading is this, you'll be a winner. So I posted this yesterday, and I just really want to go through it again. I'm going to read this to you. It's pinned to my profile. In life, when we make a mistake, the first thing we want to do is fix it. In prop trading, that instinct will absolutely blow your account. You make a bad trade, leave it alone. Let the red sit on the blotter for an hour, even a day. Go trade another account, take a walk, do anything else. When you come back, you will be in completely different headspace. You'll be calm, clear, and ready to correct the issue properly. The worst losses don't come from mistakes. They come from the desperate attempt to fix those mistakes immediately. That's not trading. That's tilting. And tilt is where accounts go to die. That is literally tilting. I worked it out with my therapist, Claude, and he was very, very good at psychoanalyzing me, much better than Sigmund Freud ever could, as to what tilting really is. Tilting is our innate instinct to fix things immediately. Now, we're not doing gold today. We're not trading gold because we can't trade gold in Apex. No gold, my friend. We're trading the NQs. So we're opening up. Have a signal, but obviously it's right at the open, so no touch. We'll see. Is there not time to trade like when Asia and London session, first 30 minutes in New York Open? Yes and no. I mean, Kathy is actually going to have like a very important piece of content on that coming up. For what we do, what I would say is the answer is there are better times to trade and worse times to trade, but there really aren't no times to trade, right? Indicator is showing an update where there are new changes recently. Yes, we added, it's an F9 update, and we added basically the simple scalper structure. It's very, it almost doesn't need an update. All it does is it visualize for us the momentum trade that we want to take, which, by the way, as you can see, sucks balls today, which is the structure that we're trying to trade when things are supposed to go well and we have good continuity is Christmas tree, and then the very next candle, not the next candle, but the very next candle that actually completes the parameters of being a red dot, like making lower lows. That shows us that there's continuity in play, and we want to trade that continuity for the market, right? So the green triangle is that simple scalper signal, right? Like right now, this is the simple scalper signal. So it's basically a 1-2 punch combination of what we're trying to do, a setup and a push through that drives us in there. Yeah, you could trade that, but we actually trade. This is the evolution of that white dot, green dot. Okay, that's essentially what we're doing. We just kind of, instead of the white dot, green dot, we centralized on Christmas tree as the original thing. You'll see that it's a really it's generally it's a lot of times it's almost the same signal. You see that white dot, green dot is kind of like showing us the same signal, but it's just more structured. And because it's more structured, it allows us to just take trades very cleanly. All right, New York opening up, not a lot of flow. So we're actually about 200 range. London range is about 200 points, so it's a lot. It's the bullshit candle, right? It's the bullshit candle. That's fine. That's fine. You're doing things directionally the same way as we are, just tactically a little differently. It's really, honestly, it's all a matter of tactics, right? Directionally, philosophically, we're all trying to trade the same idea of momentum. It's just a matter of what tactics you want to use. These tactics is what we settled on as kind of like the thing. And by the way, I'm going to post this again, guys. Where is my dots thing? Hang on, let me just do this. I'm gonna show you. I put everything in the playbook, right? So playbook is over here. Feel free to download it. I just gave you the link. I'm gonna give you the link again. Right? That's the link for the playbook. This goes through literally every single structure in the indicator. New York session opened very tight. Remember yesterday, the first half hour was horrendous, and then it was just money, money, money. And that's the other thing that we need to just kind of be mindful of. The answer to the question is that every single day is different, right? Sometimes the opening first half hour can be very clean. A lot of times, sometimes it's just dirty as hell. Sometimes the first half hour is really clean and the second half hour is really dirty. That's what makes markets so interesting, and that's why you need to be so flexible. And that's why you need to never, ever try to force trades. That's why you need to walk away from losers. Because, like I said, you could be doing everything. Yesterday, we were doing everything correctly. We're taking signals, and it was just getting stopped out faster than we could enter the trade until the markets reformatted themselves. And then the rest of the afternoon was just money, money, money. I was green on the screen across all my 10 accounts, right? So you just need to understand that a loss is just needs to be walked away from. Don't even don't worry about whether it's a mistake or not a mistake, whether you did something right or wrong. Just walk the fuck away, right? Think of it as 1 a.m. You're walking in some urban center you don't know, and there's a whole bunch of very, very scary looking guys approaching you on the street, right? Your number one act should be get over on the other side of the street and walk the fuck away. It doesn't matter if those guys are priests looking to bless you and give you, a lottery ticket for life. Walk the fuck away. That's what you should do when you make when you get a red. There should never be any exceptions to that. Oh, that's great, Sandy. You're up to 10 PAs? That's really, really awesome. That is very, very good to hear. Look at that. Look at that. It really does help to think of red trades as like a whole bunch of, unsavory looking guys looking to steal your money, because that's what the market is doing. Very tight range. Jesus, like again, we're in the Yankeedoodle, Yankee up, Yankee down structure here. I feel it. Time. Okay, so first order business, and this is why I love having the screen with you guys. We're changing to 1, and we're changing to 4120. So this is now we're in New York volatility, which means we're going for 10 points, 30 points structurally. And let me go. I'm going to go to the 56 account as my trade account. You see, tell me, like, this is so much easier for you guys to follow. You can see everything I'm doing, right? And by the way, come to coaching. I'm gonna discuss some things that I'm not gonna discuss with you guys here. It's gonna be eye-opening in terms of understanding why and how I'm doing okay now, and why why I used to blow up a lot of accounts, and why you are blowing up a lot of accounts too. It's got nothing to do with strategy or tactics or anything else. It's about how the game is designed, and we don't even understand and see it. All right, what we do have now here is another setup that we like to trade, which is red dot at bottom, which we're going to do now. I'm short this. Basically, the idea is and we're done. You see how fast that is? And if I really want to be a pig, which sometimes I can be, so let's go to 58. Let's go to the 58 account. And if this continues to drill, basically it's drill, baby, drill. We're hitting session lows, 58 on a red dot. If that, if that stays in play, we're gonna. Now you basically do this until you get stopped out, right? There was a run yesterday where there was like 6 or 7 winners in a row, right? I have a hard time doing this trade, but and now this kind of turns away, so we're gonna not a trade anymore. But when you get like ba-boom, 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 I'm hitting session lows and I'm hitting red text. Like this is I actually would have taken this trade if I wasn't yapping with you guys here, because I think that actually might work, but maybe not. And I'm glad actually I did not. It was sort of, it was definitely weak. And what you really want is the candle to close 3/4 of the way. Like basically this was a candle where the body where they bought it back up. So it looks like it was much more of a bounce candle, right? But what a good example of this was yesterday. Let me show this to you, where it was just, you would have just printed money. And it had those kind of very high quality candles. This was at around 10 o'clock. This is so I'm gonna take you into replay mode, and you're gonna see what I mean. So in this case, we're buying session highs. I'm gonna do one at a time, right? At session highs, boom. At session highs, closing at session highs, boom. At session highs, closing at session highs. I'm buying, right? Next, at session highs, and certainly 3/4 halfway through the candle, meaning the candle is not backing off its closing basis. As long as we keep closing on session highs like this, you literally have 8, 9 candles that worked, that worked in our favor. And that setup is just such a great combination with dots, because that's pure momentum as you can get it. Wally says he loves those trades, right? What is a ratio text? Alan, right over here, 40 by 120, right? This is, I'm showing you everything now so you guys can, sorry, I'm in the wrong. Here's the magnifier. Hang on, let me hit the magnifier. Okay. Here it is. You see that, Alan? That's my tick ratios. I love showing the whole screen to you now, guys, because I don't have to explain anything. I could just show it to you. It's perfect. Come on, it's really good, right? To have the chart and the trades at the same time, so you guys can see the flow, the execution. I'm also using hotkeys. In my case, I'm using, these are my hotkeys that I set up. Oh shit! I just want to put the text on here. No, come on, I want to do anchor text. Just text. Okay, here's my hotkeys. It's command, because I'm in B equals buy, and command for you if you're in Windows, it should be control. Control S equals sell, and if I want to just get the fuck out, command plus X, exit all. Okay, those are the hotkeys that I'm using when you see me entering. The white line is the VWAP, anchored VWAP, which I have no idea what the fuck it is. And we're going to have Austin tomorrow, Mr. VWAP, at 8:30 after the GDP numbers. And so I'm going to be looking forward to interviewing him, and he's going to teach us all about it. And I'm going to try and construct a couple of interesting ways we can integrate VWAP with, this is actually, you know what? I don't want to do anchor VWAP. Let's just do regular VWAP. Let's, here it is. Here's regular VWAP still showing that we are a negative trend, right? And then we're gonna try. I'm gonna suggest a couple of really interesting trades. Like basically, if you want to be more of a tactically day trader, you want to make 1 or 2 quality trades a day, I'm gonna show you how dots and VWAP together is like peanut butter and chocolate. You know, it's going to be a really great combination for helping you enter trades tactically on trend, right? So, and we'll talk about finer points of his strategy with him and stuff like that. I really hope I'm going to talk to him today. I really hope I set this up right. I have no idea. Anybody else? Anybody trading VWAP? Miguel, you're trading VWAP. Do I have this correct? Let me know if I have this set up correctly. It's I'm on the 1 minute. Is everything under the VWAP on the 1 minute? All right, we have a sell signal coming up. Let's see if it plays out. No continuity just yet. Which one account I want to go? I want to go to 58. Let's go. Oh no, I am at 58. Okay. I am at 58. Okay, so we're in 58. Let's go to 58. Oh, we're here. Okay. No continuity so far. So in New York, I don't do this, hey, let me just take the Christmas tree signal. I take the simple scalp signal all the time. Like, in other words, I force myself where I want the market to really show me some continuity, because I'm going to assume that with New York, you should, this is all really, really tight range trading. So you could kind of cheat with trend. You can take the sells on Christmas tree signal, but here you should really have some movement. And if you don't have the movement, it's not worth it. Like, for example, this, as you can see, this Christmas tree just totally would have faced you. You sold 80. Did not hit the 10 points and just, shoved you right up against you. So the whole idea is, in New York, you should have, like Legos, continuous trends, right? The trends should not comprise 1 or 2 candles. They should comprise 3 or 4 candles at least. And if that's the case, then the simple scalp structure should work within that idea. Right now, we tested London low and just bounced off it. Like, that's another trade that a lot of guys love to do this, and it's so easy to do it with a dots indicator. And I leave it to you guys to play around with it. But this is like I see this all the time with ICT, better known as I can't trade bullshit. By the way, I actually Googled this, and because I was looking at ICT and I'm like, this sounds like Wyckoff. This sounds like shit that people wrote about in the 1930s. Distribution, supply. This is classic Richard Wyckoff stuff. And sure enough, ICT pretty much stole every one of these innovative concepts from Richard Wyckoff. I mean, it's total. It's not that it's bullshit in the sense that it's concepts of supply, demand, support, resistance. Key zones of distribution are bullshit. It's just that it's common knowledge. There's nothing special about ICT. And I think, in fact, the way ICT implements a lot of those ideas is almost a sucker bet to lose, which is why he's never been able to actually even get a single account funded in his life. If you guys know his whole history, he's literally never every contest, everything he's ever entered into, he has failed miserably. But anyways, be that as it may, I went off on a riff. The interesting thing is that I see a lot of guys, talk about, sweeping the London liquidity sweep and all that kind of shit, which is just another bullshit um, term for, hey, they bought support. You can see all of this in a much more simple, clean, straightforward way on the dots indicator. You have the London session. They clearly bought the support. They double tested this. So if you took this white dot, which was, dot of momentum indicator against this stop, you could have traded. But here's the beautiful part about the markets. They never make it easy for you. So like right now, if you were long here and you didn't, take your profit, or you didn't, move your stop to break even, this is probably going to get reversed, because right now, this, they're still going to be trying to test the New York session lows. And we're actually going to watch this trade, because if we get a red dot on New York session lows, we're going to trade it. We're going to take it down, because the idea is they're going to drill these lows. So yes, is this potentially support? It is, unless they break it. It's kind of like, yes, it's good until it tastes bad type of a analysis. Saying unequivocally this is support is bullshit, because half the time it's just going to get broken. But at least you have an anchor point. You have a interesting visual, a risk control idea, and it's very easy to see that on dots, without really getting too much convoluted into fair value gap, as opposed to yet another bullshit idea of how price action moves. Everything I really learned, honestly, comes from Linda Raschke, who's a market wizard, who just keeps it super simple. She's like, trading is all about highs and lows. Trading is all about session highs and lows. Trading is an auction-based strategy. And as long as you remember all that, everything else is just bullshit. And she's right. It's really all about levels, intraday levels that the markets look at all the time, and momentum that follows it. So for now, this New York bottom held, and if you're like not a scalper but a positional day trader, you're still alive in this trade. And we'll see if it turns. But my view is it feels a little heavy. I think we're going to probably take it down. But regardless, we don't care. The beautiful part about our approach is we don't give a fuck. We're just interested in the next 10 points. We're not interested in being I guess I'm trying to say we're not interested in being accurate. We're interested in being right. I want to be with Mr. Right Now. And you could use just this is a higher white dot. That's a bullish signal, right? If you're sort of doing classical analysis, they held the highs. The white dots are higher lows. That's all looking good. And maybe they're going to run the highs. And if they run the highs, we're going to be there for it. That's how it works. Service interruptions. Tradeovate just announced service issues. I'm not having any issues, guys. Shit. Are we having issues? I'm okay. If they are, we'll switch over to wealth charts. Anybody having a problem with Tradeovate? I'm okay with it. We'll trade. Well, when the next trade comes in, we'll trade it. We'll see if there's a problem. All right, buy. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see. Like we're getting a push higher. Well, this actually we really popped on. This is like a 30-point candle, right? 23 to 52. Nice big candle. But not holding the highs. Also, just watching the price action here. If this takes out the highs, it's going to give us the simple scalp structure, and we're going to take that trade. But needs to hold. I mean, needs to close higher. One of the this is one of the reasons why I like the simple scalp filter, which is like show me show me the proof, is because you see this at the beginning of the day, this totally gets stuffed to the downside. This totally gets stuffed to the upside, meaning, if you bought this, you got reversed badly. This is a mistake we made yesterday. Doesn't mean that this is going to work, but at least it's a better filter in keeping us out of this. So we've got 21 seconds left. Waiting for three, two, one. Okay, long. Hold on. Retracing back. And we took it out. Nice. That got done. Now, if I'm really in the zone, if I'm locked in, which I'm not, because K is bothering me right now, I would actually probably take that. No, I'm not going to take that trade. You know why I'm not going to take this trade, guys? Even though it might work, is because we didn't quite break the session highs, right? It's a double top. Let it close through the session high here. Let it close through the session high. Then I'll take the next one on the green dot. This is a good reason. I'm actually glad I didn't commit, because remember, everything is referenceable. And when the market was looking over here, this was essentially the opening range high. They needed to break it and close on a break of it, and they didn't, right? So now we just wait patiently, because they're probably going to run it, and they're probably going to run and close on it. So at 24.9 or higher, they're going to close it. Really, I'm having no problems with my trade of 8. I'm sorry you guys are having problems. Go to wealth charts. I'll trade wealth charts with you after this. Let's just see if one more run through the because what do we want to see? We want to see a candle that closes through this high and it's got a green dot. That's what we want to see. That tells us they're ready to, hopefully run and gun it through the 900 and maybe even back to the 25,000. We'll see. I mean, it just basically tells us that buying is coming in. Actually, so let me go back to the 43 account. Back to the 43 account. Okay, 8 seconds left, and we did bust through fresh highs. And now this is a legit trade for us, okay? And 2, 1, boom. And I'm in on the 43s. Let's see if it's going to push through. It was just a, damn. It came so close, but it was just super fast. And as you said, Trader Beta is having issues with the feed, so I came in super late, unfortunately. It was a good idea, but I don't think this one's going to work. We'll see. This is a massively big candle, and it's probably going to catch us on a retrace. This thing went literally, I should have been fast enough to get out of it, but like from entry to this pop, it didn't give me a lot of time. Let me see. Okay, now I'm going to have my control X. Yeah, it did get done. Good for us. Okay, so it did get done. I bitched and whined. I noticed that whenever I cry like a little 5-year-old girl through the trade, even though it's a legit trade and a good clean trade, it usually works in my favor. And it's like the market takes pity on me because I'm crying like a little bitch. Anyways, all right, that got done. Hang tight a second, guys. I got to do something because let me just bear with me. I got to do something off screen here for a sec on Twitter because Twitter is just not broadcasting and it's really driving me crazy. Okay, so here we go. Just a sec. Bear with me a sec. Why is this not working? Pin to my profile. Pin. Okay, cool. Yes, it's working now. Jesus Christ. All right, sorry. Now we're back in business. We can focus. So are you guys still having, are we still having issues with Trump is busy speaking at the first Board of Peace meeting? Range boxes are badass. Yes, they really are. We are at VWAP. Oh, so this is kind of cool. All right. This is, okay, so English, this is something I really been playing with. And let's do this. We'll have fun with this. Let's go to, which accounts haven't gotten a little bit of love here? Maybe go to the 47 account. So this is what I'm playing around with. And I kind of really like this idea. So we just broke VWAP, right? God, this is the hardest word in the English language for me to say fast. As I've said this 1,000 times. If you ever want to know if somebody is a Russian spy, if they're not a native English speaker, make them say VWAP 10 times fast. Because Russians don't have a W in the language, but they have a V. And when you put a W and a V together, it's just, you go right back, 60 years of speaking English natively. I still fuck it up and I go VWAP. So anyways, here's my thought on VWAP. The next Christmas tree signal over the VWAP. So we break the VWAP and we get a Christmas tree signal. That is, I think, a really interesting buy signal. Conversely, when we break it to the downside, we get a Christmas tree signal to the downside. That's also a really, really nice signal. You can see, I mean, we've been under VWAP pretty much most of the night, right? But you can see like the first, sell signal underneath here. You use the VWAP itself as the stop. It's kind of a really interesting positional trade. And here you go. Let's go to break it to the upside. What's going on over here? Oh my God. It's just not painting. Okay, so where is it? Here we go. Break to the upside. Use the VWAP as your guide, right? Really nice upside move. about 20, 30, actually 30, 40 points, right? So I kind of really like that that whole idea, because it's basically you have VWAP and then you have dots confirming it on a momentum basis, and you can use this. So this is not quite a break of the VWAP, but I mean, I guess you could, you could use it, but I'm not gonna fool around with this idea with you guys now. But this is a strong sell. We just ran it up, strong sell momentum. If we get right now, I'm just going to be waiting for the simple scalp strategy, for this, for the confirm to go. Especially because you see how the sell retreated like a turtle back into the, to its candle. It's basically brought back, what is that? Three quarters of its move. That's actually, again, there's 1,000 different things you can do to have fun with trading. That's another one of those kind of things. I have a Christmas tree, but it basically retraces 90% of its move. That's probably a great reversal signal, right? Here, definitely a reversal signal here. So this is, okay, again, this is not what I have in mind in terms of, trading the positional trade. What I want, if I'm going to do a positional trade, is I want prices to be above VWAP, and the first Christmas tree, when prices are above VWAP, that's the one I want to take, because I want some buffer to build up between VWAP and prices to show me that, yes, indeed, that they're buying. In the meantime, we definitely have a simple scalp up signal. And which account am I in? I'm at 47. I'm at 47. Do I have a 47 in here? 47. Oh, does not hold. All right. I'm out of coffee. I'm just going to turn into a complete beast now. Yeah, the market is very indecisive, but within indecision, there are opportunities, right? Control B. We're long. Why are we long? We got a simple scalp strategy. We got a simple scalp signal, right? Hopefully we hit the session highs. Almost. Come on, baby. And we're done, right? You're absolutely right. The market isn't decisive. Our job is to extract the few points of pressure where we could exploit the movement, which is what we do right now. Now, if I'm not, again, I have a really hard time buying session highs or session lows on greens or reds, because I'm yapping usually at this time. But if you're locked in, these are great trades. Like I really should be long this trade, but I have to switch accounts and do all this stuff. Like, this is a good trade. Like, we're in 42. Let's see if I'm right. We're in 42. I'm just going to do a virtual trade here. We're in 42. Can we make 52? Right? Does it go 52? We're in 42. We'll play the game. And if it fails, that just basically shows you that the rally's potential is relatively weak. As I said, you buy the session. If you commit to the session high, session lows, you basically have to expect to get rejected, because you will eventually hit a ceiling. What you're basically betting on, though, is that you're going to break through a lot of floors to the upside, or basements to the downside on the way, before you hit the ultimate ceiling, right? So this trade actually Doesn't look. It looked like we had hit the ceiling right after the first session highs. It was just like, not a lot of continuity. 12 would be the stop out. We survive it for now, but like I'm sure if this is going to start to back off, and so far still not 12s, but it's going to probably hit 12. I'm just watching this virtually with you guys. The other thing is we have the capability here. How big is this? 5? Yeah, okay. So it would have been stopped out. The other thing is, and I'm of two minds of this, but it's definitely a very, very good tool in the indicator. So remember, we have 30 points of stoppage, right? And if we sort of say, you know what, if the candle is bigger, the volatility of the candle is bigger than, let me find the candle. Oh, right. That's why. So 30 points is 120 ticks, right here. And if I click this thing, color the high volatility candle, which is not a bad idea. The problem you're going to see is that almost every single breakout signal, this one isn't. This one was a good signal, right? But almost every kind of breakout signal exceeds our volatility budget, right? Our volatility. Let's say if you put your budget, if you say I don't want the candle to be bigger than my stop. If you're a little bit more generous and you say, okay, you know what, I'm okay with the candle. Where's the candle? I'm okay with a candle maybe being 150% of my stop. So let's say 50 points. Now, yeah, 50. If I want the candle to be no more than 50 points, which is 200 ticks. Only this one kind of exceeds your move, but then it really doesn't provide that much insight into your thing. Maybe this cutoff should be 40, which would be 160. And then that's not a bad way to trade. In other words, these orange candles just warn you that if you take the trade, you could be right on direction and wrong on the and still get stopped out because of the volatility. Anyways, for us right now, we are just looking at. I want to go to the 57 account. Let's go to the 57 account. I'll trade the 57 for us right now. And then after this, I'm going to switch over to wall charts with you guys because this seems to be really, really laggy on me. We're looking for the simple scalp on a sell set. We have a sell signal. We have a sell Christmas tree. We need this thing to give us a red dot, and it's clearly not going to be orange. So we would have the opportunity here to do this on the 50s. Are we in the 57? Yeah, I'm in the 57 account. Right. Sorry. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Let me. I'm putting a link in here to my whole dot system, so you can actually download the playbook and enjoy yourself. If you want to come coaching with me, here's the link to my coaching. And if you want the biggest discount in the world to our friends Apex, get these accounts for $10, $15. Well, I'm just lying. Actually like $15, $20 for $50,000 accounts. Go buy them right now because we're gonna trade them tomorrow like Banshee for the GDP event. I actually like. I think. What do you guys think? I really like that. I like the 40 warning sign of the volatility candle. I think that's the right parameters for what we want to be. I mean, if you're going more than 40 points per candle, you're coming in with a 10-30 trade, you should be mindful of that. It's also, when it's really good, when we have these crazy high, like when we have a 3 to 4% up day or down day, and NASDAQ is moving 60 points a candle, at that time, you absolutely have to go like 20 target, 60 stop, not 10-30. You have to just widen your parameters. And that becomes very obvious because every single candle becomes orange. So then you have to modify your volatility. That's the really cool part, is you can modify the volatility based upon the internal structure of what the market is doing. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in town? Who wants to say hi? Who's never traded with us? All right, where's my, why is it not showing me? Oh, I know why. This is interesting. So I love this. If this actually did not set up, unfortunately, but this is a trade I love to take. Okay, so you know what this trade is? So what happens here is the algo is not going to give you the signal. The reason it's not going to give you the signal is because we had a trend shift here, went from red to green. So now it says, oh, I'm not even counting any of these signals going forward. I have to reset myself to a fresh, Christmas tree and a sequence. But I am not that picky. So I'm going to sell this because I have a red dot. And my whole idea is Christmas tree against a red dot. I don't give a fuck. And you see, I make money. So like, this is one of those little gaps in the algo that once you really, really understand the intuitive nature of what you're doing, which is you're trading momentum, you can take advantage of it. I actually love these trades because they don't show up on the screen a lot of times, but they're usually very, very accurate. So walk you through again. We had a Christmas tree sell, but then the slope shifted green. So everything, the algo erases all of its logic and it just becomes a blank slate. But I don't erase my logic because I'm a human. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh, I get a red dot. I'm definitely going to short the shit out of this thing. OTR, I want you to trade 1 micro for the rest of your life. Promise me you're going to do that. I want you to trade like I want you to trade the way a grandmother from Pasadena would drive. Is that an appropriate enough analogy to you? OTR drives trucks in California. By the way, OTR, what is like the worst fucking road in California ever? Like the thing you hate the most? Tell me. Is it 5? What's the road you hate the most? And everybody from California, Southern California, tell me, what is the road you hate the most? I will tell you, in New York, not even close. Not even close. The 405, right? The 405, right? The 405. Oh, I-40 because of too many CHPs, California Highway Patrols. God, who's old enough to remember Eric Estrada and Chips? Oh my God. You just gave me, you just triggered my boomer memory. That's so funny. All right. I will take the 405 any given day against the Cross Bronx Express, John and Punch, yeah. Against the Cross Bronx Expressway. Let me tell you how bad the Cross Bronx Expressway is. One time, I was at a wedding on a Monday night. It was an Orthodox Jewish wedding. A lot of times they do it on off days, right? Monday fucking night. The wedding goes obviously to 12, 1 o'clock at night. Everybody parties. We get in the car. It's in the Bronx. The wedding, of course, is in the Bronx. We're coming back to Manhattan. 1:30 in the morning, Monday fucking night. Cross Bronx Expressway. An hour and a half crawl. Just parking lot. Just a parking lot. That's how bad that highway is. Okay? Really? He says you'll take the GW and the Cross Bronx over any of the roads used in Texas? I'm surprised. I thought Texas is supposed to be the world's easiest state to travel in. Really? But yeah, I mean, Cross Bronx is brutal. It really is terrible. Thank God our house is in Jersey, and I literally get on the bridge, and I totally literally go left and avoid the whole on-ramp. New Mexico and Arizona roads can be. What do you mean by being brutal? There's 3 people in the whole state of Arizona and New Mexico. Is there are traffic jams in New Mexico and Arizona? The whole fucking state is basically a desert with 3 brushes and a human being. How could there be traffic jams there? Literally, 135 between Austin and San Antonio is the worst. Traffic 24/7, literally. Wow. Really? Really? You know, I think, I got to tell you, I think we have a big problem in this country with all the red states, because everybody from the blue states is moving to the red states, and it's just uninhabitable. I mean, you know, my son lives in Boca. I go to Florida. I always make a joke. I go to Florida more often than I go to the East Side. You know, I've been in Florida a million times, literally since college. So, I think I must have made 100, 200, 300 trips. I used to make so many trips that I used to know the crews on JetBlue by their first names. Anyways, last time I was in Boca, last 2 times I was in Boca, and I was at 95, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 95 is just a parking lot. And I was like, this is unbelievable. There's just too many people here. It's like New York with just everybody in a car. Really, really bad. I'm looking for the signal, but the signal obviously did not occur. So that's another reason why we love the Simple Scalp, because it kept us out of a bad trade. Yeah, the problem is there's just too many people moving to these places, and they're running out of infrastructure. Wow, really? New Mexico, they they backs up by 25 miles. I had no idea. That's amazing. I always thought, because of course, my whole view of the West is from the cowboy time. I just think nothing has ever changed since Clint Eastwood movies. So I just keep thinking, oh, there's got to be just empty space there. Why would there be any traffic jams? But yeah, I mean, Florida especially is just insane. I don't know what we're going to do. Here's the statistics for you that will blow your mind. The budget of New York City is bigger than the budget of Florida. Just think about that. It's 8.5 million people against 40 million people in Florida. And the budget of New York City is bigger than the budget of Florida. That's insane. And he says he still rides his horse into downtown. Oh, OTR, I must have triggered this nerve on you on bad roads. But yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of people who's here in Florida. Who's here from Florida? Yeah, sure. Go ahead, OTR. Ask away. Whatever you want. We're just chilling because there's no signals here, so there's no trades. How's the new mayor? Oh, I love him. He's the greatest thing since dog shit. In fact, I would eat dog shit before I would vote for him. Did you get any response? Like, did you get any, are they reviewing stuff, you know? You can just, why don't you ask support? I unfortunately have zero visibility into any of that stuff, but try to ask. I mean, usually they will give you a response, but keep me up to date. Let me know what's going on. He's the kind of mayor you want if you want to pay all your money in tax. Oh, we already do. I genuinely think he's the most dangerous human being in America, and I would say even the world. I consider him to be 1,000,000 times more dangerous than Ayatollah Khomeini. Okay, if you understand, there is this amazing TikTok channel. I gotta go. I'll find her. This lady is Russian. She's I absolutely a woman after my own heart. So she's Soviet, just like I am. Oh, we got a cell signal. Big dump. That's good though, because we don't care. That's not the trade we're going to take. Hopefully we get the continuity trade here. Anyways, she's so spot on because she totally understands the Marxist-Leninist mentality. So let me explain to you. I almost wanted to get a hold of her and see if we could get all my producers to put her on a show. Her analysis of what's going on with the tax in New York City was so spot on. So New York City has a rent control law, right? Or rent stabilization law. So you're not allowed to raise rents by more than 3.5%, landlords, right? And at the same time, he's raising property taxes 9.5%, right? So that instantaneously creates a margin problem for all these landlords, which is okay. You can scream and yell, blah, blah, blah. It's just taxes. Everybody eats it. But that's not the game plan. The game plan isn't about the taxes. The game plan is to force the landlords to sell their properties and for the city to buy the properties. And therefore for the city, for the state to become the city already owns a lot of public housing in New York City, but to expand its public housing base. And therefore they basically put everybody on a plantation. It's literally plantation economics that he has in mind. It was so brilliant of her to analyze this. That's why I say he's the most dangerous man in the world right now. Hopefully he will find some opposition. But yeah, if you want to know my view on Zoran Mandani, that's what my view is. Forget that he's basically a walking terrorist, just from a Marxist-Leninist point of view. Like literally, if I was KGB and I wanted to destroy America, I couldn't create a better person than Zoran Mandani. No, he wouldn't sell it to BlackRock. You can understand. No, because he doesn't. There's no upside to sell it to. First of all, BlackRock wouldn't be able to buy it because the economics of it don't work. But he wouldn't do it because he wants control over the housing stock. It's all about the state having control about every aspect of your life. That's the play. BlackRock. I mean, the thing about hate Trump or love Trump, but by the way, everybody who's a progressive, nobody instituted a more progressive policy in the last 20 years than Trump basically saying, fuck you, corporates can't buy housing stock wholesale, because that basically puts everybody under the same umbrella. I mean, that was probably the most progressive thing I've ever seen a president do, and nobody gives him credit for that. Don't trade on flat VWAP when the price action is crossing. How come I have two VWAPs, guys? What is this? Oh no, it's not a VWAP. It's not a VWAP. It's my stupid line. I was like, but it is very, very flat, right? I mean, we are really, really flat. It's a good tip. The beautiful thing is we actually, our indicator just not showing any signals because it's so flat. We don't have any continuity signals, right? So it's kept us out of trouble. While I sit here, rant and rave, we literally have not had a signal in 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and that's fine. No, I had a line. The line was, it was like a fake buy. I was just marking a fake buy because I wasn't in trade. I was like, hey, let's try to trade it virtually. And I forgot that I left that line over there. But yeah, this is the VWAP right over here. And it's really, really pretty flat, right? Wow, we really, I mean, honestly, if nothing else, VWAP is really useful as just a tool for us to do nothing, right? When we get that flat, I wonder if you could calculate the slope of VWAP. Okay, here's my geekiness really starts to show itself. Like, you can only trade VWAP when it reaches a certain slopiness. All right. Who's new in the room here, guys? Say hi. We're doing nothing because the market is doing nothing. We're twiddling our thumbs, ranting and raving at the world. Say hi to me. Tell me where you're from. That's really good. OTR calls this candle wax. I like that. It's like I like that term. It's where the candles melt into the VWAP and turn into just a untradeable blob. I love that. That's actually really, really good. Let's not trade candle wax. I like that. That's fun. Nice. I'm stealing that from you, OTR. Look at this. Flat as a pancake. You just open a short? All right, Vita. Let's see if your short works. You might not be wrong because the 8 SMA is starting to tilt down, and we are getting. Oh, you know what? Oh, you're right. Fuck, I missed it. You were right. This was a good scalp. Oh shit, I totally missed it. Look at this, guys. So Vita, he probably not for the same reasons as I would, but he opened a short. Look, this is what I was trying to tell you. We have a sell signal. We have a whole bunch of slopey changes, right? So the algo isn't going to give us a signal, but we had the red dot over here. While I was yapping, could have taken this trade. This would have been a good trade. Would have been short 80, went up about 90, but then boom, straight down to do it. So sorry, I wasn't locked into the trade, but that's a great trade. I love these trades. I call these off menu trades. They're not on menu, but they taste really good. They're the off menu dishes. Did you bank that, Vita? Did you take it? Oh yeah, Ronan, I'm Israel. Hi, my friend. You don't have to preach to me, my friend. Did you bank that, by the way, Vita? You banked the trade? Hope you did. That was a good trade. Really smart. I was yapping away here. But again, let me mark it up for you guys. So you really, these are great looking trades for, what the hell is this? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We have the sell signal. We have a whole bunch of slope switches, but nothing materializing. And then we have the confirmation red buy. Take it, baby. Take it. It's usually going to be a really good continuity trade. That's the trade you want. Okay. Now, when does this get invalidated? This is like an important point I think people need to understand. I would invalidate this whole setup if there was a if there was a buy Christmas tree setup. Like in other words, Christmas tree showed up. I just forget everything else that happened beforehand. Even if there's a red dot after a buy Christmas tree, I wouldn't take it because the buy Christmas tree now becomes the dominant, the dominant signal direction until the next move. So very important to kind of remember that. This is not a judge. This is what instructions do you need to give to ChatGPT? About 1,900 lines of code, my friend. This is all proprietary stuff that I wrote. You can read all about it if you want to know my playbook, and if you want to get it, then you have to be part of our coaching. Which, by the way, coaching is tonight. Coaching is tonight. So if you want to join today, right now, you're going to get a chance to come into coaching with me. So I just put the links in here. You guys can have a good time and come hang out with me. All right, now we know what this is. This is a big explosion buy candle, right? Which is not a signal for us. But if we get the continuity follow on, we get the red green triangle. We're going to trade that. And now I just want to figure out which account I want to go to. So I'm going to go to 52. I want to go to 52 account and put it over here on 52 and see if something sets up for us. "38 seconds left. So far, we have a signal. It needs to hold. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like to put a slope into the VWAP. But honestly, just having the VWAP with this thing, having enough, it's almost too much sometimes to just get too many things. I just like the fact, yes, it's flat, but now it's starting to break out, and the dots are kind of giving us a signal. So we've got 4 or 5 seconds. I'm waiting very patiently until the candle closes. 1, 2, boom, long here, and let's see if the trade works. All right, I took a little early because the doggies need to go. They were begging me, but look, all green on the screen, right? Come to trading. I'm going to talk to you a lot about all the ways that prop firms try to get you to lose your accounts, and it's going to be eye-opening. So my friend Claude did a full analysis, and it's really, really fascinating. Once you understand what I'm going to show you, you're going to understand why I trade like a little lady from Pasadena, and why I try to stay green on the screen the whole time. Austin tomorrow. Yes, Mr. VWAP comes tomorrow to the show. So that's always a lot of fun. Thank you, OTR. Gloria, how was your trading today? You've been super quiet. I bet you were killing it, right? Are you taking just the simple scalp trades? Just staying really, really focused. Are you locked in? I bet you're doing well. Good job, Gloria. All right, guys. Loading up the truck. Gloria, like, she is in the zone when she trades these things. She knows these things cold. Good for you. All right, guys, I'll leave you alone. I mean, it's a really crappy. Look at this. It's a what's the range today? Well, it's about a 150 point range. I mean, honestly, if there was ever a case of making lemonade out of lemons, look at us. The very fact that we're green on the screen in this just shitty, choppy, no direction, one step forward, two steps backwards trade, and we're able to sidestep most of the blowups today. You couldn't do better. I don't think you could do better here on these trades. Hopefully tomorrow we get a little bit of vol off the GDP. We're definitely going to do straddles 8 o'clock. So like half hour before the show, we got a lot of stuff to do. We got to buy the accounts. We got to set them up. We're going to do all this. I really love doing the full screen with you guys because now you get to see everything. You get to see the inputs. You get to see the outputs, the chart. This I hope really helps you process everything, right? And do well. Okay. Thank you, guys. Everybody enjoy. I will see everybody in coaching today. Looking forward to that. And then we'll obviously see Austin tomorrow. I'll post all of those links in a little bit. Thanks again for everything, guys. Have a great night, great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.